That was a gut punch. There's a lot of places we can go, and I'm not going to bore you with the whole post-game analysis recap. You guys watched the game. You know what happened. I'm here to tell you why I think we lost this game. We're going to start in the bottom of the 10th because that's really where things fell off the hinges. Something that's not getting talked about enough right now. Jake Cousins, you do not leave this without blame. Coming up in this inning, you were one of the more consistent relievers in our bullpen. You get the first out. That's great. You get Gavin Lux at the plate. Yes, it's lefty righty, but Gavin Lux is one of the biggest busts of this generation. He is not a great hitter. 8 times out of 10, you will get him out. No matter what way he gets on base, you will get him out 8 times out of 10. Why are you nibbling to Gavin Lux? I could count at least 3 backdoor sliders to a guy who can barely get starting position for this team. He's in the number 8 hole for a reason. They didn't want to put him at 9 because he'll never get on base for the top of the order. He's at 8 for a reason. He is not a great player. He's there for his defense. The fact that you walked Gavin Lux led to everything else that happened afterward. Obviously, Tommy Edman in that 9 hole, one of the hottest hitters in the postseason right now, he comes up, he gets a base hit up the middle. That leads to everything. Here's where things fall off the hinges. If we're handing a large percentage to Jake Cousins, I would say it's about 30% blame. I am handing 60% blame to Aaron Boone, who had Tim Hill and Nestor Cortez in the bullpen. Now, with the top of the order coming up for the Dodgers, who would he rather go to? After starting the game with a guy who pitches 97 and has a good breaking ball in Garrett Cole, would you rather go to the guy who hasn't pitched in over a month, that could barely get his velocity above 90? Or would you rather go to the guy who's in the mid 90s with his fastball and, oh yeah, has produced for us throughout this entire postseason? Aaron Boone decided to go with the former. He went with Nestor Cortez Jr. Watching him put Nestor in, my immediate thought was, what does he know that we don't? There must be some ulterior reason for him putting Nestor in other than just doing the lefty-lefty matchup. He must have some great splits against Freddie Freeman. He must have some awesome splits against Shohei Ohtani. There must be something here. Because I gotta tell you, that was one of those decisions that was so dumb, you thought maybe this could work. I don't know if any of you understand what I'm saying. It was almost illogical to go to that spot. You go to Nestor Cortez against the top of the Dodgers lineup after a month out due to injury? The saying goes, you are an idiot until you're proven a genius. So I thought this could be Aaron Boone's genius moment. This is going to be his pinnacle as a manager. Oh, outside of anyone's thought of possibility, he decides to bring in Nestor Cortez and he shuts the door down. He proves everyone wrong. Absolutely not. After they walk Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman gets a first pitch fastball, and this is where the 10% blame goes to Nestor Cortez. I can't give him much more than that. Nestor Cortez was stuck between a rock and a hard place here. He is coming back from a month off of baseball. He's trying to work himself back up. I can't give Nestor Cortez more than 10% of the blame for that. The fact that Aaron Boone looked at Tim Hill, looked at Nestor Cortez, and said Nestor Cortez was the right person for that job, Aaron Boone just made the World Series. Right now, I'm looking at him and saying, if this series doesn't turn around, your job might be at stake for that decision. That is one of the sloppiest, hastiest, weirdest possible decision you could have made in the bottom of the 10th of a World Series game. We also had some moments with the Shohei Ohtani double where Juan Soto isn't able to get a grip on it, then throws it in. Gleyber Torres knocks it down, but no one's backing him up. Moves Shohei to third. Then Mookie Betts is able to drive in Shohei to tie the game at that point. The defense just gotta be better. We gotta clean up the sloppiness in order to win this World Series. And look, we're put in a position to win this even with that play. But regardless, if Shohei Ohtani is sitting on second base when Mookie Betts is up, that run doesn't score. And we may not even need what happened in the bottom of the 10th. So there's a lot of factors here that makes you furious about how game 1 ended. If you're a Yankees fan, of course. Baseball fans in general probably enjoyed the heck out of this game. This was a classic game, as they would call it. But us Yankees fans, we've lost so many years off our lives. This is not what we need right now. Something we do need is a bit of hope. And I'm here to kind of give you that. There are a lot of reasons to be hopeful the Yankees go into game 2, 3, and 4 with some big confidence. Let's start off with the guy on my shirt. That's Jazz Chisholm Jr. Jazz Chisholm Jr. is now the 6th player in MLB history with 2 hits and 3 stolen bases in 1 World Series game. Jazz Chisholm is finally back. He put some good swings up. Yeah, the first at-bat did not look too great. He actually had a couple at-bats early that did not look great. Everyone was shitting on Jazz Chisholm. We need to bench Jazz. Enough is enough. Then Jazz gets on the board and his speed comes in handy big time. And we don't really see the full magnitude of what his speed could bring until the top of the 10th when Blake Trinan comes in, when he's able to get Giancarlo Stanton swinging. And Blake Trinan has one of the best breaking balls in the entire game right now. And it showed. He also got Aaron Judge striking out earlier on in the game. But then Jazz comes up and he catches one of those. He smacks it to right field. They intentionally walk Anthony Rizzo to bring up Anthony Volpe. Jazz almost immediately steals third base. He stole one earlier in this inning as well before they intentionally walked Anthony Rizzo. But the steal of third base was the biggest stolen base of Jazz Chisholm's entire career. Anthony Volpe is able to poke one up the middle. Jazz is able to score. That run was manufactured solely because of Jazz Chisholm Jr. And that is the type of dynamic playing that Jazz Chisholm could bring that could help us win a championship. If he's playing like that, most of the time this team will win. On another note, Giancarlo Stanton is still him. Able to catch a breaking ball at the bottom of the zone and able to smack it over 410 feet. Giancarlo Stanton, like I said in a former video, is one of the best postseason hitters in New York Yankees history and now has a .8 advantage over Babe Ruth in home runs per at-bat. I said in that former video, he gets a home run every 12% of his at-bats. Well, that just went up. He probably gets a home run every 13% of his at-bats now. Giancarlo Stanton is an absolute unit. And if Giancarlo Stanton is swinging the bat like that, we have a chance no matter what. Another bright side to this game, the Dodgers had to use every single pitcher in their bullpen. They had to use both lefties and they had to use all their high leverage players to win this game. Why is this so big? Because in game 4, they have to go to a bullpen game. They don't have enough starters to play out an entire series. So the fact that that bullpen's already taxed, if the Yankees tomorrow are able to just get to their bullpen again, get some of those high leverage starters, relievers used back-to-back days. Yeah, they have an off day, but at that point it would be 3 days out of 4. Game 3 would be huge. Then they go into their bullpen game and they're already taxed. So either way, this was a big game in that respect. And also, the Yankees only have to win one in Dodger Stadium in order to steal back home field advantage. If the Yankees take one game on the road and win all of their home games, this series is over in 5. So yes, the Dodgers won this game. And yes, it was a huge gut punch the way it happened. The terrible decision making with some of the big performances the Yankees had. It sucks, but there's still hope here. We just need Aaron Boone to get his head out of his ass after that 9th inning. That 10th inning was atrocious. He needs to do better. But anyways, guys, hopefully the Yankees win game 2. Hopefully you enjoyed this post-game recap. If you did, leave a like down below. New here, hit that sub button. We're trying to build up the subscriber base of this channel, trying to get all the Yankees fans involved. Will you join the movement? Subscribe down below. I'm out of here. Take care and peace.